how to build a bioeconomy on Mars. Looks like a long shot, but it helped me to understand that bioeconomy is not just about dealing with organic materials or producing food. Bioeconomy should follow the principles how organisms and ecosystems emerge and operate. Working recently with space technologists on life support system alternatives, it was a refreshing exercise to understand extreme situations and to think out of the box. And this experience reinforced me in my opinion that first, mankind's future depends on our ability to build closed human habitats anywhere, anytime, and in any scale. These engineered ecosystems must be bio-based and circular with full material recycling. And second, while we have thousands of good specific solutions, there is one thing we are badly missing, and it is the organizing principle. It is the operating system, the equivalent of a Windows or an iOS or an Android of engineered urban ecosystems. And why urban? Because I truly believe that we are a new race, Homo sapiens urbis, the city-dwelling animal. We are living in an evolutionary explosion where cities have become the dominating life form of mankind. But to have an efficient operating system, we have to know, we must understand how cities work. And of course, cities are not new at all. The agricultural revolution brought to us the first megacity 5,000 years ago. It was Uruk, the birthplace of civilization, writing, and more, an 80,000 population settlement in ancient Mesopotamia with a density of Singapore today. And since that time, and based on this pattern, cities have been extremely successful exactly because they could outsource their basic functions, their food, their water, their energy supply on one side, and their waste processing on the other side. And they could focus on their core businesses, commerce, arts, industry, science, education. And due to this outsourcing strategy, cities could maintain a critical brain density, the effective source of creativity and innovation. And this has been going for centuries. Cities thrive in the seemingly infinite ocean of rural resources. And while the Industrial Revolution gave a boost to cities as urbanization went hand in hand with industrialization, a real paradigm change has happened only in the past 20 to 30 years. A phase transition where cities have become the continuous phase, both physically and system-wise. And here we are now. This paradigm change was the result of two processes going parallel. Since the early 90s, more people moved to new cities than in the past 5,000 years altogether. And at the same time, due to a connectivity revolution, billions of people and tens of billions of intelligent devices have been connected into what we can fairly call mankind's nerve and brain system. Okay, well, we may now have the nerves and the brain, but mankind still operates as a parasite of Earth, overusing our host planet at a suicidal rate. So I do not see a better way but to build with creative re-engineering a bio-based human habitat, to close all the metabolic loops within our urban boundaries and let the rest of our world and our planet to recover. This is what I call a bioeconomy. The most important next step toward this goal is a new urban circulatory system. As we now have the knowledge and experience how to build network-based global connectivity, in a blink, we can move forward. And here again, we can learn a lot from nature. First, we have the urban cells. Whether it is the 35 million Tokyo or Stratford-upon-Avon in England, every city in the world consists of surprisingly similar size units with a normal distribution around 10 to 20,000 people. And these cells then multiply and grow into multicellular organisms with a scale-free size distribution pattern from a lot of small to a few large. And of course, these then organize themselves into much larger and more complex urban ecosystems. This is the animal we have to feed. Bioeconomy needs special organs under the control of an operating system, which are fully scalable from the cellular up to the ecosystem level, can operate both as a standalone and in a network, can be modularly extendable, both in capacity and in functionality, and most importantly, these organs must be water-based. Our life on Earth has emerged from water, and it is based on water. In the past 15 years, I built close to 100 bioreactor-based, ecologically engineered water recycling facilities with the look and feel of a botanical garden, a sewage treatment plant inside. And what I learned was that the basis of any circularity must have an efficient water recycling from the cellular up to the full ecosystem level. So we need a special organ which can convert wastewater and organic waste streams into water, food, and bio-based products. I call this an urban metabolic hub. Adding some more details, on the input side, we can have wastewater, contaminated groundwater, and surface water streams, liquid and solid organic waste, and salt and pepper kind of nutritional supplements. A water treatment unit and a biorefinery module prepare the ingredients for further processing. And these ingredients then are fed into the various modular product manufacturing apps connected into the metabolic hub through a docking station. And finally, a control box and an intelligent algorithm coordinate the cooperation of each unit within the hub and between the connected hubs. A few examples. In Osaka, there are 3,000 completely dysfunctional man-made ponds, typically 3 to 10 hectares in size, formerly used for irrigation. Actually, only a fraction of the 200,000 man-made urban lakes in Japan, now ugly and smelly remnants of the past. We've designed a modular hub to revitalize these ponds and keep it clean and healthy, while as a platform, ready to accept other recycling and biological manufacturing modules. The first 2 units will start operation this year as a part of a bigger network, each unit typically covering an area of 6,000 to 10,000 people. Another example from Japan is a conversion of a large traditional sewage treatment plant into a metabolic hub. This plant servicing 150,000 people. The smelly and ugly old facility occupies close to 4 hectares in the middle of the city, the land having a significant value in itself. Using the same bioreactor-based engineered ecosystems as a platform technology, the original function can be shrunk into 6% of the original size, while it performs much better and ready to accept additional production modules. And now we are currently working on the design with architects, how to add public spaces and educational and entertainment functions to these basic functions. And finally, a conceptual design. We are working together with the University of Toronto of a fast deployable metabolic hub for urban slums and informal settlements lacking even the most basic infrastructure. This modular system focuses on basic water recycling, sanitation, energy services, and vegetable production, and with the highest possible integration with basic community functions like education and healthcare services. And the key driver in the design has emerged with the possibility to build a bottom-up, cellular-based, fractal-like urban infrastructure as the socially and technically and economically most viable opportunity. Bio-based and circular may sound a bit futuristic, but events in the future are not just closer than they appear. Future is happening now. You may believe that telecom boom we have been experiencing a while is big. It is huge. But it is nothing compared to what is happening in the urban infrastructure business, which is really, really mind-boggling. And it is our responsibility how we spend this money. Literally cementing our current practice, which is a suicide, or we do drive the change towards a bio-based and circular system. Thank you.